Hey, this is John Young. Today we're going to be taking out the new 40-volt Ryobi mower here. This is one that features the cross-cut blade. It's a 21-inch. It's a blowback. It can be a blowback. It can be a mulcher, which is what it's set for, and it can be a bagger. This is the self-propelled unit here, which we have the controls back here. But what we're going to do is we're going to be mowing through this area. Now, it was a little thick the last time I mowed it, and I mowed it with just a traditional blowback mower because we do a lot of mowing testing. You've seen this stretch of yard. We're going to go through with the two-blade system here from Ryobi and see what it will do. We have our two batteries in there. And what's kind of cool about this system is I have one battery that it's drawing from. It's right now we're drawing from the 6 amp hour battery. And when I need to switch over, I pop that up, turn it, put it back in. You can see the little arrow here. Then it will go to the 7.5 amp hour battery. And you've got those ready to roll. So we're going to be taking off in this area. We're going to be taking off probably about 3 inches of grass, I would say, in that area. We're a little shaggy here. But when we get over in there where you see a lot more of the grass clippings, we're going to be taking off about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. So this will be an interesting thing. Then I'm going to do a before shot. Let's see, I want to get right here. This is my before shot. Now let's go mow and we'll do an after shot. All right, so this is the after video here. Showing, I kind of went diagonally this time just to give it a little difference there. And we were taking off 3 inches here. You can see that we still have some clippings from the last time. It definitely chopped them up a little bit, but it kind of slightly windrowed them by the tires as it came back down. This track you see, it was just, I shut the mower off and I was walking it back because I ended up mowing from, let me back up here, from all the way over here, diagonally, all the way to the edge of that parking area right there. And there's a cutoff there. That's kind of where I did on the 6 amp hour battery. Let's just take a look and see how much battery is left. Okay, so we're down to 1 bar there. We can mow probably a little bit more and then we'd have to switch over. A couple of thoughts. It does chop things up, but you can definitely see how it kind of windrows things just a little bit. I wonder as a blowback how that would have done with that cross-cut blade and chopping things up. We get over here where the grass was a little thinner. This was very thick to the point where my wife was telling me, we need to come out here and rake. It's like, I don't want to rake, I wanted to do this video. This is acceptable. As the second mowing, we mowed last week. To chop it down, we were mowing about 10 inches of grass because we had a batting cage right here. We mowed it down, and then this coming the second week, this will go down into the ground and everything will be gone within a few days of rain, and this would be great. Over here, this looks fabulous. And we were cutting off about 1.5 inches to 2 inches over here as we went through. That area looks really good. Again, over here, we were cutting off about 3 to 4 inches, and you can see a little bit of the grass clippings. And then in this area, this was also a little bit thicker, but it didn't have the grass clippings from before, so it chopped things up and put it down into the soil pretty well. We're mowing on the 3rd height, so that will give you an idea. There's multiple height setting, 1 through 4 or whatever, 1 through 5 on that side. Let's go check that out. Let's see, oh more, there's more than that. So we got 4, 5, 6 height settings, 7 height settings, okay? So we can go from very low all the way up to very high, actually. A couple of cool things about this. First off is to tip the handle. It's really quite simple. You pull this, and that allows me to adjust. When I pull that, you see how that comes back? So I can adjust the angle very quickly, or I can fold it up equally as quick. And then it locks in. Operator presence back here. Here's our operator presence. We push to start it. For making it go forward once it's running, we push this down. What I like about this is that we could be one hand or both hands. I can also, if I'm going to be going around and I need to make it go under a tree or something, I can be over here, it's running, and I can push this and it will go, as you see right there. So that way I can be a little bit away. Now, taking a look at this, I did not use the self-propelled in mowing all of this. The biggest reason for that is I am a fast walker. I like to walk behind these things as absolutely fast as I can to a point. I like to be pushing about a 4-mile-an-hour pace. So this, while the self-propelled does a nice job and works well and is fairly responsive and things, let me show you this. you know, you don't have a lot of lag and it's working pretty well, it doesn't go fast enough for me. For most people who are more at a normal pace, it would work fine for that. And if I was in a recovery walk mode, it would work fine for that. Next thing is I noticed is that when I would bump the side here, if I bump it up against something, it seemed that the blades were kind of hitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the batteries out, and we're going to take a look at that together. I can show you the bottom of it. Let's just tip this up. So when I was hitting it over here, it sounded like something was hitting. Okay, you can see it right there. When I would bump a tree over here, you can see it kind of chewed into this just a little bit with the blade. And that's, let's see, there's probably, well, you're seeing there's not much clearance whatsoever between the blades. And these are the cross-cut blades here, where one of them, the bottom one, is our actual one that cuts the grass, and this one will kind of shred the grass, the top one. So bumping into things on the sides, there's not much clearance. Seems to be a little more clearance on this side than there is on this side. So maybe there's some adjustments up and under there. But yeah, if I bump this into, say, that mailbox milk can there, you would hear the blades hitting. That was kind of I wasn't too excited about that. Otherwise, it pushes incredibly well. I've got some other self-propelled from Ryobi. That's one of the cool things about their self-propelled is that they push as a push mower really quite well, and I prefer it because I like to walk fast. For most people, that self-propelled would work wonderfully and they would be very happy with it. I just like to go faster, and they push as easy as a non-self-propelled unit. So that is a really cool feature that they have it, so I can easily push it back and forth without having to put a ton of pressure on it, and I absolutely love that in the machine. Another thing that I'm not sure how excited I am about it is when I was mowing around things and you get a bush and such, I kind of feel that this is going to could easily get hit and pulled out and all of a sudden dropped or more likely raised up. And then if I don't catch it, I could mow part of the lawn at a different height. So I don't know how excited I am with the placement of the height adjustment. Time will tell as I play with this a little bit more. So like the handles on it for getting it moved around and such. That's really, once you pull the handle down, you've got a big handle there to grab and maneuver. So I can have a hand here, I can put another hand here. Obviously batteries are out, so I could do that and off we'd go. So anyway, I'll put a link in the description below so you can check this out. For mowing, I think it did a great job. This was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be tough. This is probably as bad as it would get, and it did a nice job with that because this is acceptable. A little time and a little rain and that would all be gone. And then over there where it was thick but not the grass, it mowed out to look really, really quite nice at that third height setting. And again, over even here under that overhead climber, it's looking really quite good. So it does a nice job with that crosscut, chopping things up. And again, it had to bale grass right through that area. So this is John Young here with the Weekend Handyman. Thank you for watching. We will catch you next time.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.